Thanks, grace of heaven, virtuous masters, grand predecessors, transmitters, lecturers, and everyone here to give me this opportunity to learn to speak on today's topic, Zhao Jun, the kitchen saint. Should we start? Okay, so Zhao Jun is considered as a saint in every kitchen. It's more like a kitchen guy. It's more like a guardian for a family. And every 23rd of the 12th lunar month before the Chinese New Year's, Zhao Jun will return back to the temporary heaven, the Jade Emperor, and report all your doings to the Jade Emperor. And so, besides the Zhao Jun as our guardians, we also have many other guardians, or such as Bao Si Ling Tong, the reporting angel that we would go back to heaven and report our doings to. And in the cultures, the Zhao Jun is very pretty well known in Vietnamese country, Asian countries. Okay, so during that before or around the Chinese New Year, they will burn that Zhao Jun's paper image, so that before they burn it, they will smear some honey around their mouth. So that's their culture, that's Asian culture. So that Zhao Jun will only say the sweet stuff to when he return. And some culture, they will smear nian gao, like the rice cake is very sticky, so it will seal Zhao Jun's mouth so he won't say anything bad. Yeah, so that's basically who Zhao Jun is. There's a lot of stories, but I don't know if they're all really credible, so I'm gonna leave it out. But sometime when you see Zhao Jun is by himself, and sometimes you will see Zhao Jun with two wives on both sides, the image. So yeah, that's basically it. And this is the Saint Kitchen God channel in 2009 Yao Hui Temple, Malaysia. Is that right? Yeah. And to give us the scriptures. And the first paragraph is from, Examiner? The chief examiner of 3 realms. And he says that if one is filled with impure energies, then it will be difficult for one to rise. Since ancient times, it has been recorded in sutras and scriptures. The scientific theories will confirm and prove it. You can inquire and examine clearly if you do not believe. This world will regenerate in the future. Only vegetarians will remain in the world. So, right. So, I think a lot of scientists has proved that, or doctors saying that eating animals products, it will cause more high cholesterol, heart attacks, cancers, and many chronic disease. So, yeah. Maintaining a vegetarian diet will protect and cherish life. It will give us peace, health, and prolong our lifespan. So, yeah, eating vegetarians, that means we're not killing others. So we're protecting all sentient beings and all animals and cherish their life. So it will give us, because when you have this mentality of killing, it won't give you peace. So naturally, when we eating vegetarian food, we're not killing, so we'll have peace and health, prolong our lifespans. Fairing and motivating sentient beings or saving lives. I think saving our Buddha nature, divine life, soul. Okay, it helps us to avoid calamities and extend our divine lives, which our heaven's mandate. Right? Vegetarianism will increase good fortunes and wisdoms. I think being a vegetarian will calm your heart and minds. Therefore, when you have a calm heart and minds, your wisdom will naturally manifest. We establish good affinity by not killing. As we preserve a benevolent heart, we are a living saints in this world. So I think cultivation is about your heart. So it's to manifest to bring out the most original heart. So we don't have to wait until we return back to heaven to become a saint and Buddhas. As long as we manifesting our true hearts, then we are living saints in this world. Sentient beings appear in diverse forms, yet the Buddha nature is from the same source. So they're all animals, people from different walk of life, people with different skins. We are all, even though we look different, but our Buddha nature, our soul come from the same source, which is God. The principle of eating and be eaten has not changed. Therefore, all sins are caused or created by oneself. So if we eat other sentient beings, one day we're going to be eaten. And this is the rule of causality, and it does not change. Everything is self-caused by oneself. Those with affinity listen to my advice. To cultivate, one need to cut off all evil doings. So the first evil doing is cut off all, stop killing. Be more lenient to those who have wronged us. So in the future, one can convert misfortune into good luck. So even people treat us badly, try not to hold grudges, forgive and forget, right? So in the future, they won't give you a hard time again. Pay it off our karma, and in the future, we don't have to come back and deal with it. Eating more vegetables and fruits make our body healthy. 5 grains and bean sprouts are the spring of life. Eating 5 grains and bean sprouts will give us prolong our life. Okay. Eggs and milk are impure and do not crave for them. Toss aside the processed food. I think for, I don't know, over 20 years, I have heard processed foods is not good for us. Egg and milk, because they still have the animal, it's come from animal, such as milk. It's very acidic, and if we have the milk in our body, our calciums will have to neutralize it, and then so it will take our body the calcium from our body to neutralize it. So that's why drinking more milk, it will cause more broken bones. Huh? Okay. Yeah. So food and drinks must be carefully selected. It's not a joking remark that illness enter by mouth. So no processed food, animal products. All these processed foods is made with a lot of chemicals too, and food colorings, and they are not good for our body. So does drinks. Drinks with many sugars is also a cause of cancer. It is crucial to take control of our food intake and do not be greedy. One can digest completely when taking it moderate amounts. So don't overeat yourself, otherwise it will just stay on your belly and it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. So thanks the grace of heaven, intaking the food happily can nourish our appearance. So everything we do, we have to do it happily, especially when we eat the food. So when we eat the food happily, we're blessing the foods, and of course the food will, do good to our body. Chew thoroughly and swallow slowly. Plain tea and simple foods are sweet and fragrant. So yeah, and when you chew it slowly and finely, so it will digest faster in our body. And plain teas and simple food. When there's a processed food, such as rice, they take out the top layer, and the top layer is the most nutritious part. And yet people nowadays are wants to eat more refined food. Purity in and out of our mouths will establish our virtues. The bright and illuminating natures manifest as our body, heart, and mind become pure and tranquil. So what we eat has to be pure, such no animal products, no killing. So and then what we say, it has to be also be pure too. So no slander words, no double tongues, no saying something that is not true, no lying. This way, we will naturally manifest, our true nature will manifest when our heart and minds become very calm. Heaven and humans detect abuse, slander words, double tongues, ghosts and spirits resent lying and idle talk, praising words. Because I guess everybody wants to be treated sincerely. So, saying these words is just gonna, make people stay away. Be sincere, honest, and dependable without deception. Every kind words we speak is like a lotus flower. Those who are fluent in speech are admired by others. Soft tone and gentle disposition can penetrate one's heart. So when we talk gently instead of like a machine gun, then people will, respect you more. And the fluent in speech, I think, is because you're good in talking and always say good words. Then people will admire you too. If the tongue is able to cover the face and teeth are flawless, one's body will be filled with pure fragrance by fall. So I guess if one person doesn't talk about slander words, yelling, screaming, lying, then your teeth will be flawless. And I guess if one person is born with a long tongue, that means they don't lie in the past life. So your body will also naturally fill with pure fragrance, even from far away. No need to scheme or argue obstinately. The acceptance of the crowd's voice grows as the dignified virtues manifests. So it's if your virtue is very if you're a virtuous person, then the crowd will just follow you. The land of the heart illuminates without defilements. Utmost unceasing sincerity can move heavens. So when you don't have all these negative words, negative thoughts, then our Buddha nature, our true heart will illuminate, and our most sincere, unceasing sincerity can move heavens. Heaven knows what we're thinking about. Performance of such conduct deeds can fulfill vows and obtain endless joys, as we are blessed and protected by all Buddhas. So if we follow all his instructions above, then we are fulfilling our vows, and naturally saints and Buddhas will be close to us and protect us. And these are the following is the conversation scripture.
Is the okay? So the previous part was just the part from chief examiner. Right?
No, I think the first sentence.
Oh, only the first sentence.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh.
This part.
Okay, that's it. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the rest is
It's all
down.
down.
Yeah. And then this is also from Zhao Jun. He just elaborate what he said earlier. So as we maintain a vegetarian diet, protect and love life, we are creating our blessings. We are allowing ourselves to be healthy, be at peace, and prolong our lifespan. That's just elaborating what he said earlier. In the Tao community, we have benefits from the grace of heavens and saints, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. We have received that one point of transmission from our enlightened master. We also have the opportunity to ferry peoples and to help and save peoples from this bitter seas of reincarnation. Although on the surface, we are ferrying, motivating, and saving people, but in reality, we are ferrying, helping, and saving ourselves from this bitter sea. Any questions? Heaven's mandate is original source that heaven bestow on us. Not only do the transmitters have this heaven's mandate, everyone also have this mandate, which is our Buddha nature, our soul. Some people have a good life and some people have a bad life. It is self-created. Neither heaven nor ghost spirits can have control over it. It is all based on we reap what we sow. Evil causes what we saw in evil fruits. This is not one bit of a mistake. We can find a mistake in calculation when we buy things in this world and can bargain and haggle, but cause and effect cannot make any mistakes, nor can we bargain and haggle. Hopefully everyone can seriously and clearly think about this. Yeah, so we can make mistakes in our calculations when we're adding up math, but cause and effect, no matter how many lives pass by, if you did something wrong in the past, they will always find you and you will have to pay back. Do not do anything shameful regarding to our conscience. Do not go against one's conscience. Do not let our self-nature, Buddha nature soul, be contaminated by filth. Otherwise, it will be a pity. Cultivation do not talk about strange supernatural powers. We start from the foundation of loyalty, filial piety, benevolence, and righteousness. So always be sincere to our heart. I guess always ask ourselves, is this a right thing to do before we do it? What is the most important things that we talk about vegetarian diets? This mouth is for eating things, and it is also for speaking. That is why we call illness go into the mouth, calamities come out of the mouth. If we want to be healthy, have longevity, and wish to live a carefree life, then we have to be careful for what we eat. Food and drinks are for the sake of maintaining our lives. If we indulge in good foods and drinks, then they become a burden on our health. Then the loss will be outweigh the gain. So many people enjoy good food or overeat, and then they have a stomach or heart problems. Yeah. So we speak to express our opinions, to communicate with others. If we mix up gossip with things that we should not say, then we are creating sins for ourselves. This loss will also outweigh the gain. To be an immortal does not mean that one has to pass away first. We can be one if we have a merciful heart and minds, always helping others, understand and saving others from sufferings and difficulties. When others are wandering, guide them to move toward to the proper path. Will others be grateful to you? When we see a little cat or little dogs fall into a ditch, do we have the heart to keep hearing him cry? If we save him, will he be grateful to you? We do not take the animal life, chicken, duck, fish, pigs, etc. Let them live, do not kill them, do not eat their meats. Then we will not commit the sins of killing, stealing, lust, lying, and alcohols are the precepts that we must guard against. If we do not commit these sins, then good fortunes and wisdoms will increase, and then we can attain Buddhahood. I think these 5 precepts is like 无明火. How do you say that? Invisible fire that will burn all your virtues out, and it makes you blindsided of, what is, blindsided by illusions. We must treat every sentient being with a merciful heart and mind, not only the little animals, but people too. Do we need to treat our families with merciful heart and mind? Do we only bow and say hello to the members at the temple, while at home we face our parents with an unhappy face? Can we yell and scream at our siblings? Can we hit and yell at our children? Our merciful heart and minds are within 24/7, not only manifesting in the temple. So we'll come to temple just to learn, but then at home we just have to apply what we learn from the temple. The image of many sentient beings are different. Some have blonde hair, some have black hair, some have black skins. We have to mutually care and respect each other. Besides humans, there are different types of animals among sentient beings. Everyone's cause and effect are different. Therefore, some are born as humans, some are animals. All are self-inflicted because of the faults that they have committed in the past life. As a result, they fall into the animal realms. If we kill to eat their meat in the future, it will be hard to avoid going toward that road. Yet the Buddha nature is from the same source. Even though their form is not the same as ours, they cannot understand the words spoken, but Buddha nature is the same. We are causing the bad karmas when we eat them. When we have to pay back in the next life, it's possible that we will be the one will be eaten. So that's why in Chinese word, meat, this is an open mouth, and the outer person is eating the inner person. In the next life, we switch, vice versa. When karma arises, do not resent. Every suffering is from one's own actions. If it's a good karma, do not be proud. We have to be even more cautious and careful. If one has good fortune, then
Coffee.
why is it that? Okay. Where am I? If one has good fortunes, then one has to cherish one's blessings and use them sparingly. We have to step up and create more blessings, good fortunes, so that it can be limitless. Do not use up all good fortunes, otherwise it would be such a pity for one to roam about life and death. So everybody is born with fixed amount of, blessings. So if we don't do more good deeds and accumulate our blessings, it's like a bank account. It will use up, and then we'll be poor spiritually. In Tao cultivation, we need to learn from saints, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. First, we must break off any evil karmas. There will not be any evil karmas if we do not eat them. Heaven will secretly protect us if we do not kill them. If one's natural disposition is cruel, then will pinch or kill anything on sight, then this person would have many illness and disasters. Everyone must be careful when we see ants, cockroach, mosquitoes, etc. We must let them go. We maintain cleanliness, tidy in our surroundings, constantly harbor a good heart and mind. Heart and minds are like an electric wave. they will react to those things. As long as our heart and mind is very merciful and kind, these things will not dare to disturb us. We have to think clearly to clean up the environment, to also rectify the state of our mindsets. Our hearts and minds cannot harbor these thoughts. If it didn't come, okay. So we cannot think about if it didn't come, then I won't have to kill it. If it didn't come, I will not hit it. If it didn't come to my yard, I will not use a stone to throw at it. Even if he violate you, let our heart and minds become broader and do not do our best to let them survive. Because if we give them a way out, it will actually give us a way out. Okay. So if we kill them, naturally they will come back and take their revenge in the future. So we're kind of like cutting off our arms and legs, make our path more narrower to, yeah. So if we don't kill them, every path is a bright path. If we can treat others well, treat all sentient beings well, heavens will also treat us well. When we encounter calamities, if we want to avert disasters, turn danger into good luck, then we have to put in time and energies with great effort in cultivation. We must practice the principles we learned, then everyone will have good fortune, blessed. We listen to so many principles, but we do not practice them thoroughly, then it will be a pity, especially those who have cultivated for many years have to pay more attention. Okay. What do we eat if we do not eat meat? Vegetables and fruits will allow our body to be healthy and energetic. How do we eat vegetables and fruits? I will give everyone a suggestion here. We eat 2 servings of vegetables and 1 serving of fruits. Today, people have plenty of material goods and eat fruits as a meal. It is not necessary to be right to eat a lot of it. It may not be good, such as eating watermelon. After the red part is finished, take 1 more bite. Eat more of the white parts. Do not eat the green layer. As in eating orange, peel off the outer orange skins. The middle white layer is the most nutritious. Do not throw it away. There is a great advancement in today's age. Information is well developed. No need to cling on to the old ideas. White rice only has the quantity of heat, give out the heat. No nutrition. Eating rougher, coarser foods will be better for us, such as brown rice, oatmeals. Today, people eat foods that are more refined and delicate. So any refined, such as white flours, white rice, anything that's going through the more process. That's because they take off the outer layer, which is the most nutritious part. Anyway, and okay, the more we find the food, the less fiber there is. What is eaten but cannot come out will be hard. That'll be hard. You get cancer. Okay. Fried grains have many microelements to take care of our nerves. Foods such as bean sprouts, alfalfa sprouts will give us lots of energy. Eating raw will be the best, but not necessarily all vegetables are to be eaten raw. However, if we can eat raw vegetables 1 out of 3 dishes each meal, then it can increase our enzyme and digestive enzyme. When the vegetables are cooked too soft, nutrition will be lost. It is very healthy to be a vegetarian, but depends on how one eats. If everyone eats like they used to, like to eat fried foods, very sweet, very salty, very strong flavors food, and ask, I am vegetarian, then why is my health is like this? It must be that the Buddhas did not protect me. Okay, it is not the Buddhas did not protect. It is because that you did not take good foods. Take good care of yourself. Okay. Okay. Those who have taken vegetarian vows do not eat eggs and milks. So, eggs, milks. We may think that we will not have enough nutrition as a vegetarian if we do not eat eggs, and we will not grow tall if we do not drink milks. Actually, those are the wrong concepts. If we do not drink milks, what can we drink? If we do not eat eggs, what can we eat? There are all high proteins. If protein is too high, it will be more of the burden rather than a nutrition, especially for adults. So, a young person can eat soybeans, soy milk, sesame seeds during their growth age. The calcium in sesame seeds is 10 times more than milk. Therefore, do not worry about being a vegetarian and will not have enough nutrition. As long as we have the right concept, we can grow to be tall and strong. Also, we will not cause any bad karmas, and we will have a better destiny. Right? Eggs cannot be eaten. What about duck eggs? I think every animal, all the eggs is because the animal is raised the same way. They give them a lot of shots and give them a lot of hormones and feed them food. I mean, in the old days, it takes about half year for a chicken or duck to grow for the full size. Nowadays, it's like 2 months. So 6 weeks. That's advanced. Yeah. So when we eat the eggs, even though we're not eating the actual meats, we also eating those poisons. Milk cannot consume. What about goat milk? Yeah. So do not drink. We have to seriously think it through. Do we still eat a lot of processed food? Example: fake vegetarian meat, cookies, crackers, candies, especially added coloring, preservatives, sugar substitutes. Try our best not to eat foods that have many different preservatives. Our health will suffer after eating them. Today, vegetarians like to eat mock chicken, fish steaks, beef steaks, fish balls, mock shrimps, all different kinds and hundred of varieties. We even say that the taste is very much like the real things. I tell everyone, we have to be careful and cautious of these things. Lots of these have added the real fish sauce and meat sauce. Okay. Therefore, try your best not to eat these imitated meats. Everyone can eat the simple tofu, dry tofu, tofu skins. It may be too dull to eat just vegetables. Then we can eat vegetables with roots such as carrots. It can be prepared in many ways and be eaten with rice while also being nutritious. Food and drinks must be carefully selected. Do not just focus on the good taste of it or the flavor aroma, but think of if it will be healthy to our body. I think if we are creative, we can make anything out of tofu, right? Tofu meatball, tofu Japanese eel. I made that. It's pretty good.
Tofu turkey.
Yeah.
Tofu turkey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I have tried many times eating those mock meat, and it just stay on your stomach and then feel like throwing up. Some say that they have to eat more nutritious supplements or nutritious supplements good. Not that it's not good as long as it's suitable and moderate, but do not stress the incidence over fundamental. If nutritious supplements are needed at times, then you buy it. It is important to eat 3 balanced meals and blend the nutrition thoroughly. If the nutritional supplements bear financial burdens, we will worry about money and yet want to eat nutritiously. If we only maintain our strength based on the nutrition supplements, will we be healthy? Not necessarily, because we have a burden in our hearts and minds. Then the burden will not let your mind relax. Whatever we eat, whether it's healthy or not, is the same thing. Our health also includes cause and effect, mood, work, and rest, all sort of things. Therefore, eating is the fundamental link, but there are other factors combined. Sometimes we may think that things we choose are all very healthy, but eating too much of it will be harmful to digest. So always moderate of what we eat. Therefore, everything must be in accordance to the middle path. To be assessed or to be lack of both is not good. Try to eat 70% full, not 100% or 120%. Everyone think about what we usually eat. What are the things that we will no longer touch? What are the things that we should include more? Think about this deeply for our health, for the health of our body, and more on the greed. Don't be greedy about food. Pay attention to greed, anger, and ignorance. Greed is one of the 3 poisons. Therefore, it is absolutely not healthy to eat toxin. So when we are greedy, we're eating toxin food. While we are eating, think of others have food to eat. If others have food to eat, do not only think of ourselves. If we have a loving heart, we will also be healthy if we eat only a little bit. If we do not have a loving heart and are very greedy, what we eat may not necessarily be healthy. Think about it clearly and do accordingly in the future. While eating, do not put on a bad face, more like angry face. Do not yell at anyone in the family, and furthermore, do not quarrel. When it's time to eat, do not bring down the mood and atmosphere. If we can be happy every day to follow and practice what was said before, you can guarantee to be very beautiful and will not need a makeup or nutritious supplements. A smile will make you look years younger. So we're gonna save a lot of money, right? We do not need to buy like $900 cream to make us look younger. Take a vegetarian vow. Do not only include eating vegetarians. Our heart and minds, bodies also have to be pure and tranquil. Do not do bad things nor think bad thoughts. If one loves to yell at others, gossip here and there, disturb the peace of others, create misunderstandings, have resentments and grudges, heaven will dislike these people. People will also dislike them. If one likes to flatter or kiss up to people, speak words that are not true, speak words to turn black into white, even the ghosts and spirits dislike and avoid them. Saying one good sentence is like a lotus, meaning the good words that we say is like a beautiful lotus flower. Do not say words that are like a sword. Then this will not be good. So always say good words. Try to say good words. Yeah. If we can get rid of abusive slander tongues, double tongues, words of flattery, nonsense talk, speak only the truth, only good, honest, sincere words, then these types of people is where we see very good karmic rewards. Some people speak with squeaking and whispering sounds. Others may not pay attention. Speak slowly, not with a sharp, intense, or high-pitched voice. Speak to have a real impact on the people. Everyone should pay attention to this point. Do not always make loud noises and create a uproar. Every lecturers, please pay attention. Taking a lecture vow means to help heaven spread the teaching of Tao. Speak honest, sincere, and genuine words. Whatever idea and opinion must be slowly spoken. Communicate it well. Do not speak of things that are untruth, thereby destroying our Tao foundation. Then it will be a pity. A person that does not tell lies, talk nonsense, nor speak carelessly can cover the face with tongue. So people who has a long tongue and has a very straight teeth, that means they don't lie. That's what a Buddha. Can you touch your nose with your tongue? No. Anybody can touch your nose with your tongue? Huh? Oh!
Phoebe?
Everyone give it a try. Therefore, too many lies have accumulated from the past lifetimes. We have to be careful that we will not have a tongue. Be careful that we cannot speak. So, no lies, no slander words. How many teeth do we have? Many cavities? Lost lots of teeth? All have to self-reflect. Was the truth spoken, or the words we say true or false? Were the words meant to cheat or harm others or to help others? For the benefit of others, we have to think about it more. If we can guard these disciplines, then we will naturally emit a pure fragrance. Others will not hide and avoid us from a distance. As soon as we open our mouth, we will say, this is from a bad temper. That is just for a short time. We'll get rid of it in 2 to 3 days. However, if a bad temper stays for a long period of time, then one will have to think it over. It is because one spoke too many rude and evil words. One must introspect and think carefully on all these. I think when one speaks too much of the negative words, it kind of drag us down, spiritually. In the same similar example, Tao is good. You should come and receive the Tao. He was not moved when others asked him, but when we speak, he was willing to come with us. This proves that usually we are a very trustworthy person. Others were willing to trust us. If we ask them 8 to 10 times and they are not willing, then that means our trustworthiness is not that good. We probably have not thoroughly disciplined ourselves in lying. Another example, we are very compassionate to explain to others, but the people are not willing to listen. However, when other people speak to them, they are very happy to accept it. What is the difference between this? This is because we did not cultivate ourselves that well in our speech for many lifetimes. Let's carefully look and analyze this. What I had said were the same as what he said. Why is it that they listen and believe him but are not willing to listen and believe me? That is because we do not have enough virtue. We have to strengthen and increase our virtues. If we are willing to learn, willing to correct ourselves in the future, Sentient beings will also accept our words. Sentient beings will be moved. This is the reason why Tao will spread widely. Some people do greatly and some do very little. The people conducting the Tao ceremony are few. The people lecturing and listening to the class are also few. And to start a class is very few. We introspect whether we have enough virtues. Did we guard the disciplines well? Therefore, in order to bring people into the Tao and motivate them, we must start from ourselves. If we cultivate well, naturally our words will easily move people. If we do as we wish, no matter how we speak about the Tao principles, people will not believe. We cannot have any evil intentions, evil thoughts within our loving heart and minds. We must have a bright and magnanimous. We must be bright and magnanimous. So, everything is come from our hearts. Everything has to be wu wei, which is do it without motive. So when we do it without anything in returns, they will tend to believe our words. Today, I, Zhao Jun, the kitchen god, also came to remind everyone, especially the people in charge of the kitchen, must take notes that we cannot buy too much foods and leave it there until they become spoiled and rotten. The kitchen cannot be messy and disorderly. We have to tidy up and be cleaned. When we cook foods for others, it must be sanitary and nutritious. Do not be angry while cooking. That's why it's called soul food, because they cook it with this heart and soul, right? With a loving heart. So that's why the food will come out much better and healthier. It will not be healthy for others to eat the food. We give blessings while cooking, then people that eat it will also become happy and healthy. The material today are very rich and plentiful. Everyone's financial condition is not bad. Therefore, they buy and eat lots and even have a lot left. In the future, everyone must be conserve a little. When we conserve, we will save a little good fortunes for ourselves, our children and grandchildren too. Do not spend everything. So when we indulge in life, when we overly indulge in life, we are depleting our good fortunes. So try not to do that. And when we conserve, we can, we also conserving our good fortunes for our children, our generations. People today like to drink beverage. May I offer a bit of advice for everyone? Try your best not to drink anything with sugar added, fragrance flavors, and all different kinds of beverages. Drink more plain boiled water. Yeah, plain boiled water is the best. Plain filter boiled water is even better. Water can promote our blood circulation, especially if we drink good, healthy waters. Then we will be healthier. Do not seek for sweet, fragrant flavors. If we drink glass after glass, pitch after pitch, then later it will not be good. Why? There are many slow chronic diseases which are related to our food and drinks. Eating too much of it will bring us these diseases. All virtuous people spread this message. I think it's not just the scriptures. Many for years the doctors scientists has mentioned that in the news. So do not be afraid of that there is no nutrition in vegetable diet. Every color vegetables has different nutritions. Eating 5 grains, bean sprouts, vegetables, and fruits will be very balanced. Do not be afraid to gain weight and eat very little. rice. Rice should be 50% of the meal. If we only eat fruits and vegetables, the nutrition will not be balanced. Everyone usually does research, and I trust that vegetarians today do not lack nutrition. The only problem is too much nutrition. This can also be a burden. Those that lack nutrition can follow and do what was said previously. Their nutrition will naturally be balanced and their body will be healthy. We have to give everyone the proper concepts. It is not said that everyone has to donate. Donating a lot of food, eating a lot will cause everyone to doze off. Then this is out of principle. Those that can take a vegetarian vow should hurry and act accordingly. If your environment and condition do not permit, then start with eating only the side vegetables that was cooked with meat. We just do not eat the meat for sentient beings. Learn to do it gradually. Lecturers and temple hosts cannot eat eggs and milks. For those who took the vegetarian vows and above, it is the best not to eat these foods. For those who just starting to be vegetarians and say sometimes it's not, sometimes they're not careful and they eat like meats and it's not convenience. Not saying that you're not allowed, but as long as you know these principles. Do not drink beverages. We can add some lemon juice to our water to let our body be healthier and stronger. Other carbohydrate drinks such as sugar desserts, including beverages, do not drink or eat it. Yeah. I think eating too much sugar will turn your body become acidic. Yeah. And you don't want to have an acidic body. Distribute these scriptures to other temples, to any meeting gathering for other people to read. Let everyone that are vegetarians to have a better understanding. We have to speak sincerely and politely. Do not gossip back and forth, especially in the temple. We must speak good words, good language, speak words to benefit sentient beings. Do not say things that will make others retreat from Tao, to bring worries to others and make others not have trust and hope. Those things we cannot say. We have to sort out and arrange things to spread widely by the means of the bonding with those who have good affinities. As long as we all follow and do it this way, saints and Buddhas will protect us and will also let us be healthy and successful, and our families be happy and blissful. Do not always look at the faults of others. Look for the good in others. If a child loves to cry and we constantly say that he do not like to cry, then he will not cry. If a child likes to display his tempers, we always talk about good points of the child. Then naturally it will affect this child and will change. I think I did that to one of the family member child, and then I always praise him, and he's always nice to me. Okay. We have to be very careful and cautious, especially being son, daughters, and daughter-in-laws in family. We must do what we should do. Although we cannot see the saints, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas in appearance, not everyone can see it, but some. But some can see it in the temple that there is chief examiner of the three realms. At home, we have Zhao Jun, and at all times and places there is a messenger boy, recording angel, to report to God of our doings. So every thoughts, every actions is all being recorded. Therefore, everyone has to be careful and cautious with their words, action, and manner. Everyone do well, learn, and cultivate. Do not gossip and do not speak of nonsense, useless words. when reading and talking with each other, generally tell each other stories of encouragement, talk about the excitement of saints and Buddha's sacred words, and mutually encourage each other. The whole Tao energy will improve. Transmitters and lecturers, please lead them. We have to follow Saint and Buddha's words to lead everyone. Always mention this. I bless everyone to be healthy in body and mind. Cultivate Tao to be able to attain Tao in heaven, and name remain in human world. That's. Oh yeah. Any questions?
About when you spoke about too much nutrition, right? In case anybody here counted calories and so forth, the body actually is not really going to get too much nutrition, because the body actually takes only what it needs and discards the rest. The problem is in the discarding, where the body overworks, because taking what the body needs, what left over, to get rid of that, that's where the body overwork and cause the problem. So that's why early on we said that you should only be 70%. So if you just eat just enough, the body, when the body finishes taking what it needs, it's easier for it to discard what it don't need and so forth. They don't get constipated and or get or you don't
Yeah, it would be hard to come out.
yeah, or you don't have stomach problem, it's sometimes they so it's important. So don't worry about it.
There's not the scripture that talks about honey and all that stuff, right? It's just milk. Eggs and milk. It's everything is only eggs and milk. This one, okay, it wasn't milk. So it was a different scripture.
I think that one is City Galas.
That was City Garba?
No, there was a Tao Te scripture that talked about, but that's different. I think that's different from
Okay,
this.
that is different. Okay.
Yeah, the one you did before, right? She did this kitchen class before, spoke about something.
Jane did it before, right?
I did it last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did this last year. Yeah, same scripture I did last year.
It's the same one?
So
It's the same one.
okay, so it does not mention anything about honey. Because it was only milk and eggs.
It was milk and egg.
Yeah,
Right.
it didn't mention anything about honey. But we should take honey too. Do you want to share about your yeah,
No, vegetarian.
your spiritual path?
Oh my gosh, that's very long. I don't think we have time for that today. But as far as vegetarianism, I've been on and off vegetarian since 17. And I've been mostly vegan since like 6 years now. I do trip up a little bit because I know, this is mostly this is the way. But like milk and eggs, I know that makes your body full of mucus, that kind of stuff. So I don't indulge in that. I actually make my own milk from almonds and cashews with the.
How do you do that?
There's a machine called a soy joy.
Soy joy.
They have it over there in Hong Kong.
Like a soy machine?
It makes
Like a
soy
food
and
processor?
milk.
Really?
Yeah.
the
You can buy it on Amazon for like $99.
Okay.
And you just put the almonds in, but you have to soak it first.
The night
Put
before?
them in and put water and turn it on and boom, there's milk. And so
Does it taste better than the container?
it tastes 100% better because the container only has like maybe 10% almond milk in it. Everything else
You
is
must buy a lot of almond.
yeah.
So how do you like being a vegetarian or a vegan?
To be honest, I started with, well, I told you I started since like 17, but then I went back to eating meat and all that stuff. I was in the military and it was certain things I couldn't do. So when I started getting really sick, I was sick all the time, migraine headaches all the time. I was depressed. I was taking this much medication.
Oh,
And one day, I just got this message like, you need to do a juice fast. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not doing that. So I started watching, I was directed to watch videos, and I just happened to come across Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I know a lot of people know about that. And I watched it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. As if he did that and that happened, I'm gonna do it, see if it happens. And it happened. All of the medication was gone. I felt great. I was, running again and enjoying life. I was 205 pounds at the time. And I lost like 60 pounds.
Wow.
And what happened was, it's like my head turned from being dark to like this fogginess just disappeared.
Yeah.
And everything was so much better. I started getting these, I call them messages. I started getting like these messages, like directions, like, do this, do that, do this. And I'm like, okay, I need to follow these directions. And I've been doing that ever since.
And then how you come here? Because you have that.
I've been directed here for maybe about 2 or 3 months.
Really?
And
How do you find? Did you find us in the online?
I found you guys online, and I have put it off because I'm a little shy. So I was like, we only have, like service in English. It says once a week. So I was like, that means that, it's a lot of, Chinese people. And then I'm like, well, maybe it's okay. But I know, like, Buddhist temples.
So how you feel after you come here?
I feel good. I know that, people who follow the
We're not that
stuff
Asian
are
here.
very inviting, they live by certain principles just like I do. So I'm like, well, they're just like me. So I'm just going to go and I'm here.
See, we're not that Asian here.
We don't know Chinese that well either. A lot of us.
I noticed.
Yeah, everybody in this room, or maybe 1 or 2 do know Chinese, but mostly all of us. So don't feel bad.
Oh, I don't. I would love to learn how to speak.
And Johnny has been here for 16, 17 years.
25 years.
Oh, really? I always thought it was 16, 17.
Wow.
And what
She lost count.
funny, I was like tearing up while you were doing the lecture, because I was talking to my dad about this on the way here. And then I hung up from my dad, and this lady just came up to me on the bus and was telling me about how she overcame cancer. And I was talking to her,
really?
telling her that if she had just like juiced and did that, she wouldn't have to take chemo. And then I was telling everything you spoke about, I talked to 2 people about that.
Wow.
And I was just like, yeah, I'm in the right place.
Awesome.
We're happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
Welcome joining our big family.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. So that concludes my presentation. If I have said anything wrong, I have asked saints and Buddhas for forgiveness and everybody's correction.